Alright, thank you for joining me. I'm going to jump right into this so I don't waste a lot of time because it takes so long to upload a video. I had a whole bunch of video I was going to bring you from this Muscle Beach I've been doing, but I've discovered a bunch of stuff and I had to go back down and redo it all. So yeah, incredible past few days. Got connective tissue here, piece over here, a piece over here. I'm going to show you repeated patterns I've been telling you about. This is a repeated pattern I get. This one here's a repeated pattern. Let me show you 3 of these real quick right here in a row, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But that there is a repeated pattern, and I'll show you. We're going to swing on to the right around here, and I'll show you another one, and then a little further to the right, and I'll show you another one. Okay, here's another one right here. There's another one right there. Okay, that one right there is another one just like the one I just showed you. Now I'm going to swing over to the right further and show you another one. Okay, and here's the third one. Okay, identical patterns, 3 of them right there. Then they're all within about 50 feet of each other. Okay, alright, I think you're getting the idea. Okay, now the other repeated pattern I have, and I do mean repeated on darn near everything, is every one of them, I'm calling it a crackly membrane, but this is actually an interface or a transitional piece on the outside of each piece of connective tissue. Has this. Sometimes it's thicker, sometimes it's thinner. And I'll be showing you all the way through the video, these videos, this edge that's repeated. You don't find that in volcanism. Everything I'm bringing you right here, right now in these videos, there's no working model on the planet, okay? I'm just telling you, there's none. They tell us that it's all, you know, this stuff that they can't explain is formed underneath the surface, and we can't see it, but it's happening underneath the surface. And I'm saying, no, it's not. It never does happen underneath the surface. This happened at a creation event, and these are actually from biological carcasses. Anyway, you're going to see me showing you this membrane. I just showed you a bunch over there. Well, I haven't, but you'll see it in the videos. This repeated pattern on these membranes. Hold on, I'll show you another one, on a bigger one. I just showed you that membrane on both sides of that. I'm going to let you follow this membrane because if it goes up into another one, it ties into this membrane, connective tissue. That's flesh, muscle. And it's going to go over and tie into another piece, and then there's that membrane. I'll show you that membrane again. There's that membrane. Right there. See it? And it's on every one of them almost. Every one of them out here. The big ones, the small ones, it's on both sides. And that's the transitional piece that goes into the bigger chunky part, the real tough part of the connective tissue, whether it's epimysium, paramysium, or endomysium, whatever it might be for the synovial sheath. And this here is the muscle. There's another big membrane that I'm bringing into, and there's that piece again right there. See it? I call it a crackly membrane. That's my biological term, but it's a transition or interface between the muscle and the connective tissue itself, is what is going on there, I believe. There it is right there. See? There it is. That piece I've been showing you, and I'll show you all the way through these videos, time and time and time again. Coming into a big piece of connective tissue here. See the colors in that? Okay, this is not, and you'll see it's got the outside edge, and I'll get into this, and it'll have the outside edge of crackly pieces on it as well. And then got another piece of connective tissue here, 2 different types right there. Anyway, this is not volcanic. There's no working model on the planet. You'll see no lava flows, nothing leaving these patterns behind of what I'm showing you. Nothing. Period. It doesn't happen. I'll show you something else that doesn't happen. Okay, we're back over to where I left off in the last videos when I was out on there, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of connective tissue out on that piece there. There's a chasm kind of separating us, so I had to get back over here, and we're going to head on out this way, and I'm going to come back on around and join up where I very first started a whole bunch of videos ago, when I said I was going to do to the left and then do the right. So I want to get in here and show these. I told you I have repeated patterns. That pattern you see right there is one of the patterns I have that's repeated like that, and it's usually at an angle like that when I see them. But there's the one I wanted to really show you. See that one right there sticking out like a sore thumb? I'll show you 2 or 3 more right over here that are the same pattern, repeated pattern. And so right now we're standing on flesh. And I'm going to get out the other camera and zoom in on that, because this water, well, I might be able to get closer. I just don't want to fall in. Kind of give you an idea. What it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and get the other camera out and zoom in, then I can show you a little better on around the corner. So I'm going to do that now. Got to really watch this water today. Tide's not all the way out yet. Boy, you can see how rough the surf is. I mean, we got some really sneaker waves today, so I'll have to be really careful when we get over here. But anyway, I'm gonna get the other camera out and zoom in on some of that and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I got the camera zoom out. There's that one there. See those colors in that pattern? I have the pattern a lot, but those colors are the ones that are really sticking out right now. And you know, it goes all the way up and over the top up there, or oh, right there. So that's it there. Now you can see how tall this is. Now I don't know if the rest of the biology was in here that tall or not. If that's just, you know, I'm just not sure. So much is eroded. I mean, that's like, you know, this doesn't look like it did, you know, 1,000 years ago with all the water eroding on it or whatever, but you get the idea, you know. All right, I'm gonna sneak on over this way and show you some more and break out the other camera and get back to it. Okay, I'm back to the GoPro. Oh, I gotta really watch this water. It got me nervous. Anyway, I'm standing. Look, the moss is feeding on. I'm standing on the other piece of that coming across here. You can see some of it here. I didn't even realize it was right here. Here it is right here. Here's some of that. There's the other side of it. The other color. There's the other band of that. As you can see it, well, it's all moss color. It runs right up underneath there. All right, so we're gonna try to slide in and step on across. I gotta shut this off. I need both hands. Well, this water's something else today. It's scaring the crap out of me. So I'm up on top of here now, and you got that big piece of connective tissue, that piece there, that piece running right there. You got that piece, that small one running right through there. And then I'm on a piece right here. This is a piece of connective tissue. And if I just step right here, I'm on muscle. And don't let the black fool you. It's all just oxidized. So let's move a little further this way. Got a piece of gnarly connective tissue right in there. Ooh. Whoa, this is gonna be something, getting down in there and not getting wiped out. And then you got a piece coming through there. But the piece I want to show you is over here. Right here, we got a bigger piece of that stuff that's colored, like I just showed you right over there, identical pattern, right there. Here it is right here. And it's, you know, this part's eaten out. You got muscle there, and this piece of connective tissue is actually all deteriorated out here. I don't want to slide down off of this into there, but there it is right there going across. I'll break out the other camera and show you the colors on it and the repeated pattern. Okay, I'm standing in the exact same spot. Got the other camera out so I can zoom in. There's that repeated pattern with those colors. See it? Just like the one I just showed you, boy. This was a little bigger. And they vary in size, even though they may be, you know, epimecium, they're still going to vary in thickness. This is not going to be epimecium though, it's too small. Epimecium's going to be your biggest one, wrapping the whole muscle group. Alright, so I'm going to step over here because you got another one right there that's just over the top. See that? That's another piece of big old connective tissue. Look at the colors in it. And it's a massive one. So I'm going to step over here. It's right there and I'm going to show you it. Get the other camera back out. Okay, I was just showing you that piece that's got the repeated pattern on the other camera. I'm going to step over here and look at it. This is muscle. Here's a piece of connective tissue. Right here, see this? And that would be muscle. It goes down, drops in. Here it is right here, and it drops over the side. This was all filled in at one time. This is just the water, oceans eroded, but you can see the muscle on the right and the left. I'm gonna have to wipe the camera off here, time off and on because of all the spray. But look at that massive piece there. And you remember you got that piece right there going up over there. These would have been, oh, you know, clear over here even. I mean, these, you know, this connective tissue. And this would have just been, who knows how tall this one would have been, you know. But this is flesh right here, muscle. But look at this piece of connective tissue. I'm gonna get back here so I can show you the width of it. This thing here is probably close to 8'2". 8'2", or maybe, yeah, it's a good 8-footer across at least. From there over to there, then you got a piece of flesh and another piece of connective tissue right beside it, and more muscle there. Then another small piece of connective tissue. Where was it? Actually, this is a big piece of muscle. Oh, there's the other piece of connective tissue right here that we run into next. That one right there. This is the other one. And this is still on muscle right here. I'm still walking on it. That's how big this piece is, but that's a piece of connective tissue. Then look at this gnarly stuff you got coming across there. I'll get to it in just a minute. We're gonna step right back over here and show you this one massive one right here. Now remember, none of this is, there's no working model for any of these on the planet. They call them volcanic intrusions, they'll call them feeder dikes. There's no working model. They say it happens underneath the surface and we can't see it. So like again, I say, then how do you know it's happening? Anyway, basalt columnars, all that, feeder dikes. These things are things that they think happen underneath the surface because that's the only alternative they have. They don't see it happening above the surface, so what other thing do we have? It can only be happening below the surface. But they don't throw in the parts that, or think about, it could possibly be biology. And we need to take a look at it again, because that is not what is going on. You cannot show us a working model. They're just theories and hypotheses. That's all they are. Okay, now you can see the width on that one, tissue in there. So we're gonna, I wish I should have brought a tape measure. But there's that blocky triangle stuff I've been showing you. But that's flesh. And look at that. It goes clear over to here. This is probably an 8-footer. And that's flesh. And there's the other piece of connective tissue and muscle on the other side of it. But let's get a little closer if we can without not getting washed off the rocks here, preferably. But look at this piece. And we're standing on it. And you go, oh my gosh, whoa, this might hurt. Nope. Whew, that scared the crap out of me, man. Woo! Look how fast that puppy filled up. It's really rough out here today and the tide's not all the way out. So anyway, I'm gonna get the other camera out and show you that piece. But we're on top of, look how wide this dude. And it runs right up underneath the, I gotta get away from here. Oh, don't get smashed. They're not smashed, but washed off the rocks. Well, you can hear the ocean thundering. All right, so I'm gonna get the camera out, show you this, and then we're gonna step on over and get into that in there that's all twisted and gnarly. Just like a piece of pulled pork shoulder. All right, so we got the other camera out. This is how wide that thing is. And it goes up and twists over there. I'm gonna step down here so I can get a little closer and get, oh, there's the edge of it. This is muscle, and that's the edge of the connective tissue. Remember I told you the sides always have that real crinkly, real small stuff? Here we go again. Every bit of it always has this pattern. Repeated, 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 repeated. I can't begin to tell you how many times. It's always like that with that membrane on the side of it, or how the matrix is of the biology. Doesn't matter if it's a big one, a small one, whatever. There's that piece from this side right there. Whoa! Whew, sorry, it scared me again. All right, so I'm gonna put this camera away, get the GoPro out, and we'll step on over to those ones over there I was just showing you. There you go. Connective tissue, muscle, connective tissue, muscle. From a different angle and a different camera. All right, get back over and get my camera and get going.